Oh hey, my name's Paige. This life, it's more than a choice. It's a calling, a heartbeat I followed for as long as I can remember. Steady, wild, and honest. Out here, every season demands something of you, and strength doesn't come from comfort. It comes from the land, the work, and the fire that keeps you going when the wind howls through the trees. This life, it's not a trend or a phase or something I just stumbled into by accident. It's the only way I know how to live. I hunt, I fish, I forage, and grow my food. I live with the rhythm of the seasons, guided by what the land offers. Each meal is a story, each harvest a prayer, each fire a moment to give thanks. I use every part of what I take. I was lucky to have a family that taught me that part, to make use of every single piece. Bones become broth, tallow becomes candles and skincare. Hides become tan leather, and memories that last a lifetime. Reminders of the life given and the lessons learned. I've always felt most at home in places that test me. Up north, off-grid in the Yukon and northern Saskatchewan, I learned what silence really sounds like. The kind that isn't empty. It's full of meaning, full of life. It's where I learned to live off the land, not just to survive, but to belong to it. I've traveled this country solo from one wild horizon to the next, chasing something I couldn't quite name back then. Now, I know. I was chasing myself, the truest version of me, the one who finds beauty in hard work, peace in the sound of a crackling fire, and purpose in feeding myself with what my own two hands can provide. This spring, after a month spent off-grid in the north, I came home to my Gramps' 100-year-old cottage, a place built by hands that knew resilience, where every board, every rock, every nail seems to hum with memory. He built things to last, and now it's my turn to breathe life back into it. When Honey Bun and I first arrived, the yard was chaos. An ice storm had torn through while I was gone. Trees down, brush piled high, branches just everywhere. It felt like starting from ground zero. Now, before I got to clearing, I needed water. So I got the pump set up, lines in the lake, and it didn't take long to realize that the lines had burst through the winter, which took nearly a month to get running water again. So I cut, stacked, hauled, piled wood until my shoulders ached, stacking and moving each piece like a promise to myself. Out Out here, wood isn't just wood. It's time, effort, and survival. Every log I moved or split is time banked for the cold months ahead. A quiet promise that no matter what happens, I'll have warmth and light. Now wood warms you more than once. When you cut it, when you haul it, when you stack it, and when it finally feeds the fire. There's just something grounding about it, like each log holds a little bit of a story you're building. Each piece a small promise to your future self. Once the yard was finally cleared, I had wood everywhere, but I knew it would feed me in more ways than one. Nights spent cooking by the fire, mornings by the stove, the warmth of knowing I earned every bit of it. Then came the gardens, the first time this soil had been worked in years. As I planted each little pod I started from seed, I thought of my gramps, of how these tiny seeds were planting new life, in the cottage, in the ground, and in me. Each one a promise that months from now, they'd feed me again. Not just with food, but with meaning. 'Cause growing your own food is more than survival. It's connection and it's faith. After the gardens came a few little personal touches. And the deck was tired. Worn thin by years of weather and footsteps, layers of paint and memories built on top of one another. It just needed some love. So I set to work, power washing, sanding, painting, peeling back time with every stroke. I couldn't help but wonder what my Gramps would think of the colors I chose. Would he shake his head and laugh, or nod quietly the way he did when something felt right? I wasn't sure, but I went with my gut, just like he always did. And when I finally made it to those spindles, the most stubborn part of it all, my Aunt Tam showed me a picture of him. There he was, brush in hand, painting those exact same spindles. With the same look of focus, patience, some might even say frustration, written all over his face. And it stopped me in my tracks. For a moment, it felt like time folded in on itself, like I was standing right there beside him. Both of us painting those same railings, decades apart yet somehow together. After a week and a half of sun-up to sundown work, I finally stepped back and smiled. The deck had life again, fresh, loved, and full of history. And then, almost in a blink, a tornado came through. The wild has a way of humbling you. Just when you think you've found your footing, it shifts beneath you. I had just finished putting everything back together. The deck gleaming with fresh paint, the yard cleared, the cottage breathing easy again. And then the storm came. A tornado tore through, unmaking so much of what I'd done. At first, it felt cruel, like the land was testing my resolve, asking me how much I was really willing to give. And the answer is easy. Everything. As I walked through the wreckage, something in me softened. This wasn't punishment. It was a lesson. 'Cause you can't control the wild. Not the wind nor the weather. Not even your own timing. You can only work with it, learn from it, and start again. And so I did. Again. Out here, every day is work. And no, it's never easy. But it's full. Full of moments, a meaning, of the quiet satisfaction of using what remains. Months later, I found myself hauling those same fallen leaves, turning damage into something useful. What once fell with force will now warm this homestead for the very first time in 100 years. This cottage will stay warm, 'cause I showed up now.
Get out, please. Thank you. Oh. Oh my gosh, get out. Put it here. No. You really don't care about me, do you? Come on, get out. Get down. Thank you. Oh gosh, honey bun. No. Get out. Honey bun, who's that? Who's that little guy? Okay, this way. The door is this way. You do not have a home here, little guy. No. Oh my gosh. Y'all, what is a... Yes, yes. Okay, we got him out. What is happening over here, honey bun? This is wild times over here, hey bud?
This little place was his, and now it's becoming mine too. Not by changing it, but by loving it into something new. Slowly, I'm tucking pieces of myself into corners. Gentle little touches that say, I'm here now too. Finding old things tucked away, little reminders that time doesn't erase value. It just tucks it away until you're ready to see it. This isn't just fixing up an old cottage. It's stitching myself into the fabric of a place that raised the ones who raised me. It's turning echoes into warmth. That's what this life is. Repetition and renewal. Knowing that every time you plant something, split something, or fix something, you're really tending to yourself too. The projects never end. The woodpile grows and shrinks and grows again. Summer fades to fall before you even notice. And then it's time, hunting season. I started shooting a bow when I was 4 years old. Archery has always been more than a skill to me. It's patience, tradition, and respect. It's a rhythm that teaches you to breathe, to wait, and to honor what you take. This little cottage hasn't been easy. Winter's nearly here. The lake will freeze soon. Insurance was delayed coming through, so the windows just boarded up. The roof's still 3/4 there, and animals keep finding their way in. There's mold in the rooms, and some days I question everything. But for the first winter in 100 years, this old place will be heated by wood stove warmth again. And I can't help but think my Gramps would smile at that. 'Cause this, all of it, is more than just living off the land. It's carrying on what came before me. It's proving that simplicity isn't weakness, it's strength. That working with your hands connects you to something far bigger than yourself. There were moments this year that nearly broke me. Storms, setbacks, loneliness. But I've learned that sometimes life isn't working against you. It's just moving the pieces around, making space for something even better. And I've got something beautiful coming next. Something unexpected and life-changing. And I just can't wait to share that next chapter with y'all. But for now, I'm here, grateful and grounded. Letting the crackle of the fire remind me why I chose this life in the first place. It's not just a lifestyle, it's who I am. It's the story I'm writing every day, with smoky hair and calloused hands and a thankful heart. And if you followed my journey, you know it's not just about living off the land. It's about living with it. My book, Let the Land Feed Your Soul, holds over 100 wild game recipes, desserts, and lessons learned along the way. This is your complete guide to living off the land. It's a love letter to food, to fire, to freedom, to every storm I've weathered and every sunrise I've worked toward. Because at the end of the day, all I've ever wanted is this: to live honestly, to live humbly, and to let the land and all its beauty and chaos feed my soul. So come with me and let the land feed your soul.